Evening, everybody. I always say don't get too high with the high, too low with the lows. I guess tonight's a true test of that. I guess I have more questions than comments. Lots of individual moments in the game that we feel weren't handled correctly, but I haven't had the luxury so far of seeing if it was a penalty kick, if it was a handball, if every foul that we made deserved a yellow card, if the fouls that they made were deserving of just warnings or nothing. I don't know at this stage. I think people in the crowd or who had the ability to watch replays probably know a lot better than I do. So I'm not going to speak about the referee, but what I will do is I'll talk about our jobs. We all are expected to come to work in this business and go out and deal with the elements. It's important for a coach to be nice and calm and collected during the game. It's also important for his players to go out and embrace the game and go in and put in a good shift. It's also important for the officials in the game not to get caught up in the game and lose control. And unfortunately, some of those things did not happen during the course of the 90 minutes tonight.
Alan, is it, when he obviously is a very intense player, is it one of those things where he just kind of gets wrong place, wrong time, gets too close to the edge, or tonight was it not really his fault?
So I haven't seen the replay, so I don't know. Is his arm up? Is it not? It was the first real contact that he'd had during the course of the game. I don't think there was any warning. There are certain officials that love to embrace being the bad guy. But I don't know exactly just yet. I haven't seen the replay of it yet. I do know there were multiple fouls made by them that they didn't get warnings. I mean, they got warnings, and we didn't get warnings. So we ask for consistency. I think that's the most important thing that we ask in this game is no matter where you go and involved in this game, there needs to be consistency. And that's what makes the game a level playing field, and people can appreciate whatever happens during the course of the game that way.
Was the crew, or maybe the fourth official in particular, someone that could have a reasonable dialogue with on the sideline? Was he conveying things properly to the crew on the field?
I don't think he said anything. I asked him that multiple times. I kept saying, "You're wired. Are you saying anything to him?" And he didn't respond to me. From our interaction with him, it was I don't think he had a bearing on the game where you hope a fourth official can actually contribute to the game and help. I don't know if that happened tonight. He kept approaching our bench. I think Johan got sent off because the fourth official went up to him. I don't know why Johan should be sent off for that. Hopefully it shows on the video. We'll have to see. And if we've done something wrong, we'll hold our hands up, of course. But the referee was very dictatorial. He's clearly come in, and he wasn't open to communicating with anybody tonight. He was there to obviously be the show. Well, you know what, this game is like I respect this game so much, and I think our players respect it so much. And to be fair to Rochester, they respect the game too. There was nothing from Bob or his players. They were trying to play the game just like we were, but there were so many little moments that didn't get managed right. When you ask questions, you just didn't get responses. And it's obviously the official's prerogative. He doesn't have to talk to you if he doesn't want to, but it makes this game a lot easier if we all work and communicate together. So we can all get a better understanding of exactly what transpires.
It was so choppy because of the fouls, the cards, not having GB for 45 plus minutes. Is there any way to evaluate and see if you can take something positive from this? Did you see any positives?
Yeah, I think the fact that we played a man down for 60 minutes, roughly. The fact that we played a man down for 60 minutes and we're right in it right until the end. We're obviously, when you go man down, you're going to have to focus on, particularly considering the score was 1-1, we wanted to see if we could, at a minimum, hang on and get a point out of it. And I thought we did a good job of closing the space down and getting behind the ball, which takes a lot of hard work when you're a man down. And then, what was it, the first players ran into each other. I don't know if it's a penalty kick or not. I haven't seen it yet, but that moments like that can break you, obviously. And then the second one, that from what our guys are saying wasn't a handball, and then all of a sudden you're like, what the hell's going on, type of deal. But the positive was the character. we kept on fighting until the end. We scored to make it 3-2, and we kept on going until the bitter end. And that's something that's a given from our group. We're going to fight until the bitter end, no matter what the score is in the game.
Was Yo shown a card, and is he eligible to be on the bench next weekend? Or you know?
I don't know. I think if a official, I've only ever been sent from the field once in my entire playing coaching career, so I know I had to miss the next game after that. So I'm pretty certain Yo hasn't been sent from the field much, if ever, in his career either. So he's pretty disappointed.
I don't think he showed the card.
No. Yeah, I think if you're told to leave, you still have to miss the game, the next game, unless the league reviews it to see exactly what it is.
You obviously, Alan, have been rolling this team. You've done so well in yourself without having lost a home game in your place until May.
Mm-hmm.
It's you guys are playing great. Obviously, does it feel like this one was taken away from you, or what's the feeling? Is there frustration with the guys right now?
We focus on ourselves. We just said to the guys in the change room, we just said, you know what, focus on what you control. And we control our performance. So we don't really control the opposition. We have to play against the opposition. We don't control the referee's performance either. So we asked the guys, did we play well for the course of the 90 minutes? And the answer, honestly, was no. We played well for huge chunks of the game, but we didn't start the game as well as we needed to. And in this league, with so much parity in this league this year, you have to be ready to play right from the start, and you need to play for the full 90 minutes to set yourself up for success. So we're not even going to get caught up in the officials. We're going to focus on ourselves and be true to ourselves in terms of what we need to do moving forward. But you're right. We've been doing fantastic the last few months, and one loss doesn't change that by any means. It humbles us a little bit. It might be a good way for us to come back down to earth. It'll make us hungrier, and we'll keep working to get ourselves ready for the next one, which obviously is an exciting game on Wednesday night.
Seems like in some ways, going back to Miami, unique from this, and just how the last thing played out, going down there, no game. You guys are fired up for this game. I mean, it's a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Be even more fired up for a game like tonight.
Yeah, we're. I think there's a lot of extra energy that's pent up right now for everybody in our group. But you got to be careful in sports, obviously, to channel that in the right direction. We'll go in with a very disciplined approach for Wednesday. This would have subsided well by Wednesday. We'll have a distinct plan in place to go out and give ourselves the best chance to be successful in that match. But yeah, it is very, very frustrating right now.
Have you received a final verdict on Sem and Kevin relative to their eligibility for Wednesday?
Yeah, they're both eligible to play on Wednesday, yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Austin, in your dialogue with the officiating crew, obviously you got carded at one point, but was this someone were you respected as captain?
Yeah, I will give him that. No, he did. He did initiate a lot of conversation with me and responded to my questions. So, yeah, he was someone that I could approach and talk to.
Did you have a good view of the GB, the second yellow?
I've seen that given a yellow. I've seen that not given a yellow. We just put ourselves in a bad situation. I'll say that if you're playing with the yellow, you got to be careful with little stuff like that, and especially him. I don't know if a lot of refs come in with preconceived notions about Gibby just from earlier on in the season, but it seems like like Alan said, he doesn't get a lot of warnings. The first little tackle, he's shown yellow a lot, and I don't see a lot of yellows on forwards when we're getting tackles. But that being said, if we got to be a little bit smarter in those situations.
Alan talked about positives he can take from this, the fact that you guys played them so tight for as long as you did down a man. Is that something you'd also hang your hat on?
Yeah, I mean, I still think we gave ourselves a chance to stay in the game and get something out of it. A couple unfortunate plays at the end, but I think we still, even down a man, moved the ball well at the end of the first half and periods of the second half. So, games like this, I've had a bunch of games like this in my career, and knock on wood, the majority of the time, the next game, we come out absolutely on fire because there's a lot of guys that are pissed off in a good way in the locker room.
You excited to turn the page for Wednesday?
Yeah, absolutely. it's nice to have a quick turnaround. Doesn't give you a lot of time to dwell on this game or really think about this game. We already we'll look at it a little bit, but a lot of the focus is on Miami now.
Do you view Miami any differently than you did back when the game was originally scheduled to be played? You got obviously 2 players that are eligible that are on the team that weren't here. Do you view that game any differently than you would have 3 weeks ago or whenever that was?
No, I mean, what we've been saying a lot the last couple of months is just keeping the focus on ourselves and doing the things right. I think the last couple of games have shown us there's still some work to do. It's not going to come easy, so it's an exciting game for the club, and we'll be ready for it.